Hi guys, this is your girl Wakeji Kamore and welcome to Reflections by Wakeji Kamore. Thank you so much for listening today, and today we are going to be looking at Ecclesiastes Chapter 2, which I'm going to be reading word for word from the easy to read version, and then I'm going to be speaking to you on what it is that I've picked up from this chapter. This is what it says. Does having fun bring happiness? I said to myself, I should have fun. I should enjoy as much as I can. But I learned that this is also useless. It is foolish to laugh all the time. Having fun does not do any good. So I decided to fill my body with wine while I filled my mind with wisdom. I tried this foolishness because I wanted to find a way to be happy. I wanted to see what was good for people to do during their few days of life. Then I began doing great things. I built houses, I planted vineyards for myself, I planted gardens, and I made parks. I planted all kinds of fruit trees. I made pools of water for myself, and I used them to water my growing trees. I bought men and women slaves, and there were slaves born in my house. I owned many great things. I had herds of cattle and flocks of sheep. I owned more things than any person in Jerusalem did. I also gathered silver and gold for myself. I took treasures from kings and their nations. I had men and women singing for me. I had everything any man could want. I became very rich and famous. I was greater than anyone who lived in Jerusalem before me. My wisdom was always there to help me. My wisdom was always there to help me. Note that. That's in verse 9. Anything my eyes saw and wanted, I got for myself. My mind was pleased with everything I did, and this happiness was the reward for all my hard work. But then I looked at everything I had done and the wealth I had gained. I decided it was all a waste of time. It was like trying to catch the wind, and there's nothing to gain from anything we do in this life. Verse 12. Then I decided to think about what it meant to be wise or to be foolish or to do crazy things. And I thought about the one who will be the next king. The new king will do the same as the kings before. I saw that wisdom is better than foolishness, in the same way that light is better than darkness. So wise people use their minds like eyes to see where they are going. But for fools, it's as if they are walking in the dark. I also saw that fools and wise people both end up the same way. I thought to myself, the same thing that happens to a fool will also happen to me. So why have I tried so hard to become wise? I said to myself, being wise is also useless. Whether people are wise or foolish, they still will die. And no one will remember either one of them forever. That is not true. That's a lie. Because we remember Solomon for his wisdom. And we remember the guys that were foolish in the Bible for their foolishness. Whether you're foolish or wise, you will not be remembered for. You will be remembered for your foolishness. In the future, people will forget everything both of them did. So the two are really the same. This made me hate life. It was depressing to think that everything in life is useless, like trying to catch the wind. I began to hate all the hard work I had done, because I saw that the people who live after me would get the things I have worked for. I will not be able to take them with me. Some people will control everything I worked and studied for, and I don't know if that person will be wise or foolish. This is also senseless. So I became sad about all the work I had done. People can work hard using all their wisdom and knowledge and skill, but they will die, and other people will get the things they have worked for. They did not do the work, They did not do the work, but they will get everything. That makes me very sad. And it's also not fair, and it is senseless. What do people really have after all their work and struggling in this life? Throughout their life, they have pain, frustrations, and hard work. Even at night, the person's mind does not rest. This is senseless. If anything, I know that. My mind not resting. I know all too well about that. Verse 24-25, there is no one who has tried to enjoy life more than I have. And that is what I have learned. The best thing people can do is eat, drink, and enjoy the work they must do. I also saw that this comes from God. If people do good and please God, He will give them wisdom, knowledge, and joy. But those who sin will only get the work of gathering and carrying things. God takes from the bad person and gives to the good person. But all this work is useless. It's like trying to catch the wind. Hey, Solomon alikuwa burnt out. So in chapter 2, Solomon tested the offering of the world and found them empty. Physical pleasure, wine, laughter, entertainment, accomplishing things, riches, making a name for himself, they were all vanity. Solomon discussed the fate of the wicked versus the fate of the foolish and lamented the short value of hard work. In verse 9 though, Solomon says that his wisdom never failed him, or rather his wisdom was always there to help him. And truly we know him to be the wisest man who lived. But although he had so much wisdom, it baffles me that he did not yet fully understand about the things that God would later reveal about work in the New Testament. Like he didn't have full revelation about what work was about. And I feel like God actually revealed what work was about in the New Testament. Like, let's say work is worship. In Colossians chapter 3 verse 23 to 24, and also again in 1 Corinthians chapter 10 to verse 31, we are urged to work heartily for the Lord. And whether we drink or eat, and whatever it is that we do, we are to do it for the glory of God. So work is supposed to be worship. Yet Solomon, in all his wisdom that did not fail him, he didn't seem to know this. The other thing that I realize about work is that work has eternal purpose. In Ephesians chapter 2 verse 10, we are reminded that we are God's workmanship created in Christ Jesus for good works, which God prepared beforehand. So even the things that we are doing in this life, it is not meaningless. It has an eternal purpose. It has an eternal purpose. Then I also see in the New Testament that vocation or work is service to Christ. In Ephesians chapter 6 to 7, we are instructed to serve wholeheartedly, as if we are serving the Lord, not people, which reminds us that no matter the role, no matter the job, it is to be done as if it is a service to Christ. So even the small parts of our lives have purpose, and everything we do should be considered for its effectiveness in bringing God's praise and pointing people to God. Our work is infused with meaning because we work for the Lord. Our interactions with others are not meaningless. They're infused with meaning because we can use those interactions to affect the souls involved. Our free time is meaningful because it is time that God has given us to put to useful purpose. Our sleep is meaningful because God's servant can't serve him when they're exhausted. Our hard work is important because we can leave a legacy and provision for the future generations to glorify God. So yes, Solomon might have been in a state of mind where he just felt like everything was meaningless. But we now know, because we have read the New Testament, that work is worship, work has eternal purpose, and work is service to Christ. And nothing that God has given us is meaningless, because even whether we eat, we sit, we drink, we sleep, we should do everything for the glory of God. We should do everything as worship. So if nothing else, let's use our work as worship. Let's use our work for eternal purpose. Let's use our work as service to Christ. Let's not get to a point where you're like, yeah, it doesn't make any sense, whatever, it's meaningless, yeah, let's stop. No. Let's use our work as worship. Let's recognize that our work has eternal purpose, and let us use it as service to Christ. And remember that every interaction, every job that God gives you, every task that He's given you, even the rest time, is meaningful if it is done for the glory of God. Thank you so much for listening, and see you tomorrow.